friends, this is Brooke for our live at 2. We are just about ready here. I think my assistant is going to bring over the lamp here in a few minutes so that we can light this place up. And let me get logged on. And can you lock the door? And see if I can find us here. 1 second. Today is Sizzix release day, so it's been, if you've tried to call us today and had trouble getting through, the phone has been ringing a lot, and so we are super excited, as you guys are, I can tell, because everybody wants to get their new Sizzix stuff to play with, because we definitely need some new stuff in our repertoire. So today I wanted to do a couple fun things. Actually, I have 2 things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hi Elizabeth, thank you for joining us, and hi Judy. Hi Tammy, it's good to see you guys. Well, see you, sort of see you. Okay, I'm just getting so organized here. And can you give me that, Brooklyn? Assistant? I think he's vanished. I don't know where he's gone. Okay, so hopefully we're in screen here. I need my light, which will be coming here momentarily. And, oh, hi Marjana. Assistant? I don't know where he's gone. He's vanished. I need the light. And you were going to write me some pricing, so I have it as a thing to share with people. Okay, so you guys, I got really exciting news this morning from my people at Sizzix that the Curio box is back and ready to ship. So here's the thing. I want to show you guys how this Curio box works, because it is such a cool die, and it is probably one of the most popular ones from chapter 1. But something happened at Sizzix, and we don't know, well, they don't know if they lost a box somewhere in their warehouse, or if they, you know, just got shorted in shipment or whatever. But and mat board. Oh, look at how much better that is. That's awesome. Okay, so so today what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how the Curio box works, and we're going to have a special for you guys. I have a handful of them on reserve, and they are going to ship them out. So I wanted to make sure that if you guys wanted them, you understood how they worked, and we were able to give you some special pricing for, because I think they're so usable. So let's get started. And then the other thing is maybe like a month and a half ago, we had this on the schedule, but with everything that was going on, timing didn't end up working for this class. So I wanted to show you guys how these backgrounds are done, because a number of you guys were very interested in this, and so we're going to do that as well. So see, jam-packed episode today. Okay, so first off, we're going to do a little bit of die cutting. Now, the Curio box, have I already lost my stuff? Okay, so the Curio box is a Biggs XL die. So it's, you know, one of these thick ones, and it has steel rule blades in here. Steel rule blades are great because it means that you can cut chipboard. So this one here, this is the black chipboard that we use for all kinds of projects, but you can cut it with this die, so you have a really nice sturdy base to your box, and then you can cut your toppers out of whatever paper that you want to. So it's really nice to be able to do that. You can also make your bottoms out of paper if you want. So, but the other cool thing about this die, and this is the first time that they've paired these two together, is that it comes with dies so you can modify your top, so you can create openings. This allows you to do shadow boxes, You could put acetate behind here to make a little gift box for something. There's so many cool things that you can do with this curio box, which is why it was so popular, right? So, anyways, we only have a handful of them that they're able to send us from this shipment. So if you decide you want them, they're normally $49.99, but for our Facebook special, and I'll put this in the newsletter too, just so that we make sure that you guys all get the information. But they're going to be on special for $40, okay? But this is a limited time thing, so you got to let me know quickly because we're going to have them shipped probably tomorrow. So let's see how this works. Let me get my big shot here. Okay, so for this this Biggs die, if you have Biggs plates, it makes it pretty convenient. If you don't have Biggs plates, I think you can probably get away with the regular size ones because the two sections you need are divided. So what you'll want is you'll want a 6x6 piece of chipboard, and I'm hoping that you guys can see this while it's still on the camera. It's all black, so you know that's a little bit, and then you got to just line it up. I have a feeling I didn't cut that one very straight, but okay. So now I'm gonna make this so that I have just a little bit extra of my plate sticking out. That will give this a little bit thinner of an area to grab onto. Okay, and I'm just gonna roll this through. Now these are sized so that the bottoms and the tops are slightly different sizes so that your top always goes over the bottom very, very easy. Okay, and then that just popped out like that. Now this one also has crease rule in it. So these ones don't cut all the way through, but they give you a nice, easy way to bend your chipboard. Okay. So can you bring me back that package of the mat board? And then while I have my die cut machine on the table, let's do the top. Okay. What is the size of the box? No, they're smaller than an A2. Definitely smaller than an A2. I don't have a ruler on me, so perhaps my assistant can do the measuring. So the sample one that I have didn't come with any outer packaging. If I had the outer packaging, I'd probably know the answer to that a little bit easier. But since we have one made up, we will figure it out for you here shortly. I know, Jana, I thought of you when we decided to do these cards today because I knew you would be excited. I know you were one of the ones I know that wanted to know how to do them. So, okay. So I think that's probably all the die cutting we need to do. Okay. I put that far enough away. Now I wonder if I'll regret it later. Oh, nope, I've got more die cutting. Huh? Okay, but let me show you how to do this box real quick. All right, so the way that this is sized, and I'm gonna hold why, thank you. So I guess you don't want I'll do the measuring. The little box, it's 2 3/4 by 4. So, oh, I wonder if that's gift card size. Yeah, you could put gift cards in here. You could put piles of money if you wanted to. You could put Easter grass in here with a few little trinkets and doodads. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you could fit in a box like this. But what I want to show you is, I'm hoping, let me just stand here to make sure. Yeah. Okay, so the way that this cuts, you see this line right here? It's back just a little bit from the edge. So there is a specific way that this one glues together to make your box come together perfectly. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put glue on the edge of the two small, the edges of the small piece here. So we're going to just put, this is where you'll be happy you have your fine tip glue bottle. And just like that. Okay. My hands are going to be all gluey. we go. Okay, and then you just hold it for a minute. Is that a Bigfoot request? Oh, shoot, my piles of money are too big for my box. Darn it. Hate it when that happens. That's funny. I like that that's what he heard. That's what he was paying attention to. Oops. See what happens? I wasn't holding it. I was laughing. I dropped it. Okay. So a quick grab glue. This actually won't take too long. If you have I wonder if this would work. Now see, when I practiced this earlier today, it didn't take very long, but now that I'm chit-chatting with you guys, I'm going to have to hold it for a minute. So, it fits ATCs. It's dim on the left. Well, we don't have a lot of choices here with lighting, so maybe that's better. Is that in the camera? Yeah, now it's in the camera. Okay. Is that going to hold? There we go. Okay, so now we'll do this other side. I know this is I feel like you don't necessarily need me to do this part, but, you know, I do like to complete the projects. So, otherwise they sit around as half-finished boxes, right? So, okay. So then what we're going to do, while I hold this one, we'll talk about this one. So now, before we glue the lid together, if we decide, we've got choices, right? This kind of a box, we can just leave it and it'll be a total surprise. Or this one, where we cut a window in it. So for today, just, you know, it'll be obvious how that one goes together. But for today, I wanted to show you this one so that you just got an idea of how it works. So let's take one of these rectangle panels here, and we'll cut that out of there. And you want to make sure you do it before you fold up the box, obviously, otherwise you won't be able to run it through your die cut machine. Oh, you know, had I really been thinking this through, I should have had my assistant hold the glue. Seems like a perfect assistant job, doesn't it? I don't know if he agree with that, but I think it does. All right, so let me see here. I guess I do need my machine one more time. Okay, and I've got this one. So I'm going to use my magnetic base for this, but you don't necessarily have to use that. You can also use your tape, because this would be perfect to hold it in place. But if we put this down, and if you have the magnetic base, this is a really good place for it. So this also does score lines on your cover, so you'll want to just center things. Depends on how specific you want to be about this and how you might want to decorate the cover, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. But with the magnetic, you don't need to tape it down. If you don't use the magnetic, you'd want to tape it down just to make sure that it stays centered. Okay. All right, and then it's just popped out. So let's get this glued together. Okay, so this one has tabs on each side. I'm so excited to get to play with this box. It just makes me want to make little things that you can put in the box. Oh, it would be so cute for a mini book. Oh, wait. I might be doing a class like that. Don't tell anybody you heard me say that, though. Wouldn't that be cute? A little mini book in a box. Ah, I love it. Okay. So then you're going to just put glue on those tabs, and you're going to one by one glue them down. I mean, this part is, you know, relatively self-explanatory, but so I was thinking about this too, because there's so many ways that you can decorate this. You can put things in it to give to people, but you can also, and if you look online at some of the inspiration for this box, a lot of people are using these for shadow boxes. There's so many cool things that you can do. And Sizzix has these adorable little bunnies. Would you mind bringing me the one that has the little bunny in like the pajamas? I think that guy would fit. Is he out there? Do you see him? he's silent even for me. Yeah, that one. But I think if you wanted to do some Easter some Easter boxes, then this might be a good one too. So I just wanted to check the size. Oh, well, oh, and I get a cookie. I don't know if that was your intention, was it? Oh, a special delivery. That's funny. I hope you guys can't hear me eating my eating my cookies. Okay, so this set here, look at all these dies. You get so much stuff in this set, and we do have a handful of these ones still in stock. And this whole set, all these dies, is only $12.99. Really, really good price. But look at, can you see that? That bunny is so cute in there. And you can put little clothes on him. You can put hats on. So it doesn't just have to be Easter, right? This could be a birthday bunny. You could do all kinds of things because you could dress him up. You could make this into like a little Christmas hat and make him a Christmas bunny. So that he's useful all year. But the price for that many dies, it's really, really a fantastic set. So I wanted to make sure that you guys have access, or that you guys knew about that one, just in case you wanted to do shadow boxes and stuff. So anyway, is this my base that I made? Well, now I've already lost things, but okay. So this one is on a black base. So I just, I don't have any here in the store right now, but Sizzix has white matte board. And so white matte board is what this base was made out of here. And so we're going to do a special on those too, so that if you guys want to make some of these with the white matte board, what I like about this one is it actually has a white inside too. A lot of times the chipboards have, the white chipboards have still that natural color inside, so it's just white on the outside. So how the chipboards come is, this one's ivory, and Sizzix is out of ivory at the moment. We have one, literally one in stock. So if you want it, let me know. But this one is 6 sheets, and they are 13 inches long. So you get 6 sheets for $5.99. We can only get more white in right now. So we're going to do a bundle, and the bundle pricing is 2 packages for $10. So that's a pretty good price on that. And then you can make lots and lots of these boxes, because I think once you start, it's going to be hard to stop. I kind of am feeling that way already. They're so springy and fun. I just love it. I love it. Okay, so what I also wanted to just kind of throw out there as an idea, if you didn't want to cut these out, say you wanted your box to be just a total surprise, what you can do is, I cut, say this one here, I just cut, I love this paper, I cut the top out of this one, which I think is really dynamic, and then I'm going to do a belly band around the box so that we have a little bit of a closure, and then you can decorate the belly band. So if you guys haven't done belly bands before, they're very, very easy to do. You can cut it really any size. This one is 1.5 inches, but it might be wider than we need, but it's what I've got in my hand right now. So what I do is I just take and I just gently fold it right on those creases, and then you want to fold it around as well, but you want to make sure that you give yourself a little bit of space, because when the belly band, it needs to have room to slide. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to fold it over here and fold it just like that. And then what I like to glue them on the back side, and you again don't want to glue it super tight, but I also have this one too long, so actually, well, you can glue it on the back side. No, I think what I would do is I would take this one just like this. It depends on what you're going to do with it, okay? So back side so you don't see it, but if you are going to decorate the front side, like you could actually take some of these cutouts. This is the wrong paper, of course, but you could glue it right on there, and then this would slide off with the belly band. If you're going to do that, you're going to glue it this way. Okay, so we're going to pretend that these are the right papers, and I'm just going to glue this down so you guys get an idea of how this goes together. Okay. You can also ink this. You can also do multiple layers on your belly band if you want to. Laura, it's going to ship in just a couple days, or maybe tomorrow. I'll let you know for sure, but once it's in transit, it's only 2 or 3 days if things go according to plan. So I'm going to glue this side on just because it still doesn't match, but it stands out and you guys can kind of see what that'll look like. So for this one, you kind of want to get an idea of where this is going to go, and then you want to put your glue probably on the belly band so that you don't accidentally glue this piece to the lid. Okay, so, and then you can decorate this any way you want to, and this guy will just slide off, and then you can open your box. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, I think it's adorable and easy, right? Easy, 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 and that's what I love about it. So that is the curio box. So just to remind you guys, it is a big steel roll die, and it does come with the accent pieces so that you can decorate your box. It also has this little banner here you can put sentiments on, which would be really cute if, say, you were doing this. You could also put a banner across here with a sentiment. However, there's so many options. $49.99 is the regular, and we've got it on special for you guys for this during this presentation for $40, and then a set of 2 packages of the white mat board if you want that for $10. Okay, so then the next one that I wanted to show you guys is these here. So let me get, can you grab me a couple sheets of parchment paper? I meant to grab those. Okay, so these ones here, this one is done with entirely done with Distress ink. So he's going to grab me some parchment paper. That just helps me keep from having to wipe this off and dry it off and stuff like that. So when we do this technique, we're going to use our oxides, and the reason we're going to use the oxides is because they are opaque. So I just picked 3 colors that go nicely together, and I think it's going to be every time, right? Thank you, good sir. All right, so what we're going to do, the first color we're going to do is we're going to do the yellow. Okay, so the yellow, and how this is going to work, let me roll up my sleeves a little bit. So all you're going to do is take your pad, take it at an angle, and you're going to put it down, and you're going to drag it. Now the straighter you drag it, the better it's going to look, because you are going to get these specific lines on here. Okay, and that's okay. As much yellow as you want. Okay, I like the yellow because it's going to be the brightness of the card. Now, every time with the oxides that we transfer colors, we do want to give it a little zap with the heat tool, and that's just going to help us from transferring colors. Here, I'll do this a little bit off camera. It's going to help us from transferring colors from pad to pad, and mostly I'm not that concerned about my blue and my evergreen bow, although you guys might be much more concerned about your supplies than I am. I take a little bit of a less concerned route for my supplies, because I work with them like they're tools. But oh. So, okay, so that seems pretty dry. Okay, so now we're gonna come in with, let's come in with the order kind of depends. When I'm looking at this card here, I think I'm trying to remember what order I did these in. I think I might have actually even done the yellow last, and I might come back to it. So with these darker colors, it's best to go lighter and give yourself somewhere to go from there, because you can always add color, but once you get a whole lot, oops, I bonked into my finger there. But once you get a whole lot on there, it does become a little bit trickier to go back to a lighter color palette. Okay. And you may find that you want, so if you can see, it did pick up a little bit of the yellow, but I'm not really that concerned because I can just do like this and see now it's gone. Okay, and then I'm going to take, and just for continuity, I'm going to switch this around because see how the blue did kind of a cool border down here? So I'm going to want that, but this one I'll do it in green. I might have, and maybe I should have dried that in between, but it seems to be fine. So, okay, so now I have the green on, and when I look at it, I see that my blue, I must have hit green right over the top of the blue. So I'm going to add in just a little bit more blue just because I want my blue to show back up. But if I'm going to go back with yellow, and I've actually done a really nice job on this one, I think, of making the yellow still stay put. So I'm going to add in a little bit of blue to give my blue to come back, and then hopefully I will like the result and I won't have to come back with the yellow. If I do have to come back with the yellow, then it's best to make sure it's really, really dry, because they still do react when they're, you know, in contact with moisture. So I still will get a little bit of transfer. But the thing is too that I noticed when we did these before is that the transfer is on the very edge, and you very rarely use the edges of your pads. You're usually right in the middle. So if that gets tainted a little bit, it's okay. So let me come back with the blue. And, yeah. There we go. Oh, I like this. This is so pretty. I just love this technique. This is such an easy background technique too. Oops. It's easier if I don't spin the paper. Okay. So I put in a couple of those because I had one here. I just put in a couple of them to make it look a little bit more like woodwork. You know, like it. So now it looks kind of like planks of wood. So I'm going to just put one right down here. Then it'll look a little bit more deliberate, right? Okay. So somewhere on this table, I had two things to show you today. So my demo table is like filled with stuff, and I'm not sure where my baggie of die cuts went, because I had all of these. Do you think you could see if you could? He's totally on the other side of the store. Can you take a peek in that clamshell and see if I left the die cuts in there? Or if you can even find it? It's somewhere here. We really might have lost it. Okay, so this is one background. Now, I want to show you one more way that we did it. I need the baggie of these guys. It's in the clamshell. You know that big clamshell packaging that I was just telling you about? That had the paper that I got from Tailored Expressions? You know what I'm talking about now? Yeah. That sounded like more Chewbacca. Could you actually do a Sasquatch call if we wanted you to? No? I don't know if you guys got to hear that in the background, but that was funny. So, has it completely disappeared? Oh man. It's craziness over here. Okay. So I wanted to show you this one, and this is a slightly different version that uses paint instead of your yellow oxide. It makes it quite a bit brighter, as you can see, with the yellow, but it doesn't do the transfer like using your yellow oxide pad. So did you hear did you hear you were able to hear Bigfoot in the background? That's funny. That was a surprise to me too. Okay, so we are going to do this one here. So for this one you will need a gift card, which is why I happen to have a gift card on the table earlier to show you the size of the box. Okay, so this time I guess I'm starting with the green, with evergreen bough, because why not? Okay, so I hope that you guys find this technique pretty interesting. I think that it's a really cool way to create super quick backgrounds, and it's they look kind of like wood panel. So, oh, Christy heard you too. You can't find it anywhere? All right. I swear it's here. Well, I might find them later. Who knows? Okay. I'm sure they're here somewhere. But you know how when you lose something, it like drives you crazy until you find it? Yeah. That's kind of how things roll. Okay. So now I'm going to do the blue. I'm going to rotate this a little bit. And you kind of just go until you, oh, I got a lot of blue there. Well, that's okay. All right. I like that. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so let's talk about how this paint works. So for this one, I'm going to use a yellow acrylic paint. And you can obviously do any color schemes that you want to, but I like this kind of blue, green, yellow combo. I think it's really nice for spring. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it on. Do we have any of these left? These? I honestly, I've heard him do Bigfoot calls before, but I didn't realize he could make Chewbacca sounds too. Is that what a Bigfoot sounds like, though? You never know. Guess nobody knows. All right. Okay. So what you want to do for this is, it's a little bit tricky, and you might have to practice this one a little bit. The reason I put my paint like this is because I'm going to have it thin, sort of thin on this long edge of my card, okay? Something kind of like that. So now we're going to do basically the same. So we're going to just start here at the top. You're going to tilt your card down a little bit, and you're going to drag. And as you go along, you're going to press your card down more. So this one had a lot of paint on it, which is great. But the paint, the acrylic paint, so the oxides are opaque, so they tend to cover what's underneath, but the acrylic paint is not. So we get this bright swath of yellow, but it doesn't cover anything, which is so cool. And that's how quick it is to lay that down. So you can do a little, you can do a lot. If you just, let me dry this real quick, and then I'll turn it over. And it's weird, right? It's like the whole thing vanished. Oh, I think I got it. I think I hit it from both of us. Yeah. This time, Sasquatch is not to blame. I think it might be me. Okay. So, if you want less yellow, then what you'll do is you'll load it up with a little bit less yellow, and you'll take it and do your best not to push down quite so much. So then you're going to get things like that. And you can always go back with more, right? So you get it kind of how you want. But the cool thing about this is you really can't predict how it's going to go on. Just remember though, when you use a gift card, it's going to push harder right where your fingers are. So that's why you see it kind of go in the middle. So if you want to spread your hand out, then you might get better coverage. Oh, big swath. Who knows? See, no predicting what you're going to get. So anyways, for those of you guys that don't have yellow acrylic paint, because it may not have been a color that you were like, yes, I must have yellow, we do have a handful of these bottles left in stock, and I think normally they're like $3.99. So for the special for this presentation, we're going to do them for $2. So be sure to add that to your next order if you guys need any yellow paint at home. Okay, so there we go. That is that one. Oops, I'm telling you, it's a good thing that these are all mixed media projects, right? Because there we go. So then what I did, I don't know why I just did that. So then what I did is I took my card and I just ran it very thinly along the edge. This is going to take a little bit to dry, so I'm going to do a finished card for you so you guys can see the other parts of this, but obviously not on this one because I want this to dry. But however you decide to get that yellow, you can do it with your finger or whatever. But I really liked on the finished card, let me see if this is, I'm going to make sure it's focusing, but see how on the yellow it's got this edge around it, and I think that really helped to finish it off. Okay, so I'm going to set this mess aside here. Vicky, I didn't see what the like my mind went what it had to go with, but I can only imagine what you're meaning. So okay, so I'm going to just fold that in there because I probably won't. I'll probably mess it up by the end of the presentation. And let me see if I hid these. Nope, I found the clamshell, but I did still not find the baggie. Well, that's really interesting. I don't know what I've done with them. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to totally finish this card for you guys because the whole bag of die cuts that we had has just gone missing. It's a whole Ziploc bag with all these black things in them. And they're all, it's gone somewhere. I'll find it as soon as we sign off today. But so what I wanted to show you guys is, I think you can figure out how the die cut goes on. But I did want to show you these as well, because if you guys haven't yet started to use these Tailored Expression simple strips, they have two varieties that you can get. There is the mini strips, which this one is the Easter one, but it has lots of great stuff for spring as well. And then they have larger ones. In the larger one, there's a friendship, there's a birthday. The newest one is sympathy. There's an all occasions, and they have Christmas in both of them. But this is the die that you need for the mini. The regular size one has a regular size die that goes with it. So I just wanted to show you guys how this works too, because this system is so ingenious for whipping together cards with sentiments, because a lot of times we do all this background, we have a great focal image, and then sometimes we need, you need a small sentiment that doesn't take away from all the work that you've done. But the great thing about this is you can just stamp these up real quick. You cut them all and you just pick sentiments as you go along, and it's great to have them all done so quickly. Okay, so let me grab my stamp platform here. Oh, could you grab me the VersaFine, please? That is what I forgot. Okay. So let me get, put this guy back in place. All right. So this is just regular white cardstock. And doesn't get old. The joys of being the assistant. Okay. So we'll just ink that up. And this stamp has very specific little squares, so you want to make sure to ink up those squares as well. Okay, so because they are very important to the next part of this, the way that this system works. I'm going to take that off, put that in my to clean later pile. I'm going to take this one. That's all the stamping we have to do. Okay, and I keep thinking I'm going to run into those silly things. Can't stop thinking about them. Okay, let me give this a quick zap. Okay, and we are going to pull back the die cut machine. Let me find what plates I have rolling around here. I put things. Oh. Okay. I would really like the chrome plate for this one. There it is. Okay. So for this one, this is a thin die, and I'm going to use it with my Big Shot. So what I have here is I have my magnetic base, but I'm not as worried about the magnetic part of that. I'm just using it for thickness. And then I'm going to use my chrome base plate. And the reason for this is just because I want to make sure I get a nice good cut when this cuts through. The chrome, if you guys don't have a chrome base plate, they are really, really a game changer. You don't necessarily need to use them for all of your dies, but the ones with really a lot of detail in them, say even like these ones here, it really makes all the difference, especially if your machine isn't brand new and it's kind of settled in a little bit. This is really a game changer when it comes to that. So, okay, so see these squares here? This die has squares on it. So what we're going to do is we are going to move this up so that it's in camera. And we're going to line that up so those squares are all perfectly in the die. Okay? And I'm just going to put a piece of tape on there. You can put more than one if you want to, but I'm not that concerned with it. Okay. I only have my big plates on the table, it seems. So, and then it's going to make some really crazy noises. But that's okay. This is, for some reason, this particular die makes the most noise of any dies that I cut. And it's a lot of them. But then you'll see when you go to pull this off that all of these sentiment strips, they just pop right out. It's so cool. I love, 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 love these. And the neat thing about this system is that once you've bought the die, then all the stamps in that size match. So once you buy the die for the mini strips, then any of the mini strips will match. And once you buy the regular simple strips die, then any of the simple strips dies will match. So since I don't have characters, I don't suppose it much matters which sentiment I pick, because we can't really finish this card today. But I did want to show you that because that was part of the project. So crafting by the seat of our pants, I guess, comes back at us once more because it's a little bit chaotic in here. So if you guys have any questions, yeah, that chrome plate is really awesome, isn't it, Christy? I might have gotten a little behind on my comments, but I will go. Can we please see how the background to those work? What does that mean there, Laura? The background to what? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that question. So I will go back in and I will answer some of the questions as we go through them, because I think I got a little bit lost. So anywho, that is what I had for presentation today. There was a lot of stuff that we covered. We covered the curio box, that awesome curio box that is finally now available. we covered a really, really cool technique of something to do with your Distress Oxides and paint. And we went over these little simple strips, which I can't finish the card for. So that sounds just like how our day is going. So I just want to say thank you guys all for joining me today. And I know it was a little bit longer. I've been trying to keep them at half an hour, but you know, it is how it is, right? So I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow. Oh, did you want to see what else comes with the set? Okay, I see that question. Now I have to find the set. Okay. So this is the bunny set here, and I'm hoping this shows up. So you've got the bunny, you've got some accessories, you've got a little chick, you've got some eggs. Here, let me open it back up so you can see. And hopefully, can you look in that pile over there and see if this one is where they're all just on white, so it's easier to see? I don't know if he's not moving very quickly, so he might be getting close to his union break again. But you've got a swag, you've got a banner, you've got some foliage here, you've got little carrots. Oh God, those carrots are so cute. You've got hats, you've got bows, you've got flowers. I mean, there's so much. You can do so much with this set. And it would be really fun for kids crafting. The other cool thing, if you love your sidekick, this set will fit in the sidekick. Perfect. So, anywho, that's it for me, you guys. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Diana, I see your question. I used broken china. So, all right, there you go. Talk to you guys all soon. Bye-bye.